What's going on YouTube? Single digits with your Friday video upload. May is a quieter month for the UFC, and I actually think for MMA in general. There's a lot of anticipation coming up for International Fight Week, and that's July, I believe. Um, and there's going to be some good cards coming up, but May is it's a little quieter. There's obviously fights, fight nights, and things like that. Building, some resumes and people climbing the ranks. But in terms of headliners and big draws and pay-per-views, May's going to be quiet for the rest of the month. Um, there have been some big fight announcements coming up, but I'll cover those when we get to them. But today's video, I kind of wanted to just do a little bit of a my favorite fighters type thing. I know it's in the background here. We have a tier list with GOAT, greatest of all time, very good, good, decent, and dog water, shit, whatever. Um, so just a disclaimer, I probably won't do everybody on this list, but we'll see. And this is just a random list that I found. There are some of the good, you know, entertaining fighters up here. I'll probably at some point do like my top 5 of all time favorite fighters, but for right now, we'll just burn through some of these and yeah, let's get started. Um, Francis Ngannou, heavyweight. Um, I would say he's very good. He's definitely not GOAT status. He's not greatest of all time status, but he is very good. But he's also no longer fighting in the UFC. He parted ways due to like contract disputes and him wanting a lot of stuff and just better treatment and whatnot. So he left the UFC and he's entertaining like boxing and stuff like that. But unfortunately, he hasn't sealed a deal with any other organization or any other promotion, boxing, bare knuckle fighting, anything else. And some of the reports, I think, are saying that he's asking for far too much money. Bare knuckle fighting, BKFC, their president, think I read, well, I don't think. I saw an article where he was like, yeah, no, Francis wants unrealistic amounts of money, so we're not signing him. So the longer he stays out, I mean, the lower his leverage goes. And a lot of people are thinking maybe he made a very bad move with leaving the UFC. Who knows? In terms of fighting, though, I'd say he's very good. He was the heavyweight champion before he parted ways. He's got crazy knockout power, some really stellar finishes. He's worked on his ground game a little bit. You saw that with Cyril Gane. But yeah, he's a very good fighter. Dominic Cruz. I would say Dominic Cruz is... I'd say he's also very good. I'm going to rank him like this as who I think is better will be at the front. So yeah. Very creative fighter, very elusive, unorthodox, strange striker, just a grinder. Like, he's just very good. He's an awesome analyst, super good fight IQ. So yeah, Dominic Cruz, very good. Potentially GOAT, but yeah, I think a safer bet is just very good for right now where he's at. Let's see. That's Edson Barboza. I'm going to skip him. John Jones, GOAT. Despite everything, his cheating, his, and by cheating I mean like his, being popped for PEDs, performance enhancing drugs, some of his shady behavior, all of his run-ins with law enforcement, and just getting out of trouble time and time and time again. Minus all that as a fighter, yeah, he's the GOAT, or one of the GOATs. I actually have a different greatest of all time on here of everybody. I actually don't see him on this list, funnily enough, and I think there's a reason for that. But anyway, I'll probably talk about that in another video as well. But yeah, John Jones, I mean, he's up at heavyweight now. He just won the belt. After Francis Ngannou and Cyril Gane fought, and then Ngannou left, John Jones and Cyril fought for Cyril, whatever his name pronunciation is. They fought for the vacant heavyweight strap, and in my other video, I predicted how John Jones would win and how he would win and all that stuff, and he did. So, yeah, he's great. Jose Aldo. I would put Jose Aldo as a GOAT. He's the greatest of all time. 145-pound featherweight, crazy fighter. He's at the end of his career. He left the UFC also. He retired from MMA and did like a bout, I think, one fight in a bare knuckle fight championship or whatever. But at his prime, yeah, Jose Aldo was a scary man. He was like unstoppable. He's crazy. Roy McDonald, I'm going to skip. Henry Cejudo, he just fought. I'm going to put him at very good. I would put him in GOAT status too. I mean, he did get champ. But actually, I'll put him up there. Yeah, I'll put him up here. I'll put him up here above Jose Aldo because he did get champ. He was an Olympic gold medalist. He's very good. Granted, he did lose just recently to Aljamain Sterling, but that was after coming back off of 3 years of not competing. I think he could get it done if he was active that whole time and fought Aljamain, but yeah, he lost. So he's one of the GOATs though for 135, 125. Yeah, for sure. Conor McGregor. I'm going to put Conor McGregor as good. In terms of marketability, he is the GOAT. He's the best to ever do it. I mean, he's done things that no other fighter has ever done. I don't think that any fighter will be able to do ever again. It's like that lightning thing, he struck at the right time and everything was like perfect for him. Made lots and lots of money, millions and millions. He transcended MMA and the UFC and became like Conor McGregor is a brand of himself. So, but as a fighter, I think he's good. You could make the argument for very good. I don't think he's a GOAT for sure, and I don't think a lot of people do either. Just the blind, super fans. But I would say, I'll say he's very good. I'll say he's very good. I'll put him above Francis Ngannou, just because he has, he was the first simultaneous double champ status. But again, if you could really deep dive into it, his fights were almost tailor-made for him. He fought a lot of strikers. He fought a couple wrestlers in Chad Mendez and Eddie Alvarez, but for whatever reason they decided not to wrestle. So he won those fights. Michael Bisping, I'm going to put him as very good too. I'll put him above Francis. He was just a very good fighter. But he's retired now, so I don't really have much more to say. He's a very good fighter. He fought Anderson Silva. Granted, he fought and beat him, at the end of Anderson Silva's career, but he did become a champion. So, yeah, I think everybody in very good and GOAT are going to at least be champion status. So, Tyron Woodley, man, what a fall from grace, huh? He was also a welterweight champion, and at his prime, he was very good. Definitely not a GOAT. People were playing around with the idea of GOAT status for him for the welterweight division, but I didn't see it. A big problem with Tyron Woodley was his, he would get gun shy and he wouldn't strike and he would just do weird things. So, very good fighter, champion, like I said. He's retired also. A lot of these guys are actually retired. But yeah, he's very good. Very good. TJ Dillashaw, also very good. Can't really say too much about him. He just retired also due to some injuries. He fought Aljamain Sterling and with a dislocated shoulder. So tough as nails, but he kind of sabotaged his career when he got popped for EPO. So yeah, that's a unfortunate series of events. But he was very good. He's arguably between him and Dominic Cruz. Yeah, very good. I think I'm going to keep him up here. Yeah, I kind of like this. Oh, no, he's definitely... I'd put TJ Dillashaw there. There we go. That's better. Okay. I can't even see who this is. I think this is Dustin Poirier, or I can't see his face at the bottom. It might be Chris Weidman. I can't tell, and I know there's a tattoo on his arm, but I don't pay attention too much to tattoos, so I'm just gonna skip whoever this fighter is actually. Alistair Overeem, he's good. Outside of UFC, I'd put him at very good. But yeah, and he just got popped for steroids again too, so yeah. Anderson Silva, he's one of the GOATs for sure. I'll put it like this, yeah. Middleweight champ. For John Jones, Anderson Silva, these two. Well, John Jones and Anderson Silva, you don't really have to say too much. They're the greatest of all time in their divisions. Anthony Pettis, he was a champ. I'll put him at good, or I'll put him at very good. But he also kind of fell off a lot, and he is no longer in the UFC. I'll put him I'll put him at good, and I'll put him above. Granted, he was a champion, but I think he's only a champion. Like, he only got the belt once. I don't even think he defended it successfully. So, here you go. Cody Garbrandt, again, a champ. Man, so I have to go back. So, very good doesn't just mean who got a championship. No, yeah, it has to be. Okay, so there they go. They're up there. They got championship belts, but both of them were kind of like flashes in the pan. Showtime Pettis, nicknamed Showtime, Anthony Pettis, because of his wild off the cage flying kick against Benson Henderson. He did get the belt. However, again, it was just a very short-lived championship run. Max Holloway, I'm putting him in GOAT status. I'll actually even put him above Jose Aldo. This man is just crazy. And realistically, everybody not named Alexander Volkanovski, he beats. He's awesome. I love Max. He's great. He's great. Actually, I'm going to put him even up here. Yeah, there we go. That's it better. Alexander Gustafsson, I'm not going to rate. Donald Cerrone, this one hurts, but I'll put him at good. He was never a champion because he always choked when he got to championship fights. He would beat everybody up into the way, on his way to a championship bout, and then he would just choke. So I'm going to have to put him at good, but he was awesome, super entertaining. Amanda Nunes, she is greatest of all time for sure. I'll put her here. Yeah, better than Ronda Rousey, and she beat the bricks off Ronda Rousey, so that's great. Is this CM Punk? What in the... There, you can definitely go there, because, geez Louise, I don't even know why you're on this list. Rafael Dos Anjos, he's very good. He was a champ at one time. Holly Holm, I'm going to start burning through these. She was a champion too. She beat Ronda Rousey, so she's really good. Actually, I got to move some of these down. I think that's more accurate. Yeah, I think that's good. Izzy Adesanya, GOAT, middleweight GOAT. I actually like him better than Anderson Silva, and I'll do a deep dive on some of these guys. But in the interest of time, let me just actually, you know what we're gonna do? We're just gonna burn through these a little bit quicker. Jorge Masvidal retired. He was good. He wasn't. There's fights where he was very good, but he's overall just a good fighter. Justin Gaethje, he was an interim fighter, but I'm gonna put him at good too. This might be hot takes, but yeah. GSP, he's my favorite fighter of all time, so I'm biased here. I'm gonna put him right at the lead. Unlike John Jones, clean career, never gotten in any trouble, just amazing athlete. Came back, won the middleweight championship off of Michael Bisping after like 4 years of being out of the game. He's the best. I'm gonna do a video on him, probably on my top 10s. Khabib, he's also a GOAT, but I'm actually gonna put Khabib lower. I'm gonna put him here, just because he was undefeated, sure, and like he was handily undefeated. Like I don't even think he lost. Maybe he lost like 1 or 2 rounds to what's his face there? I can't remember his name, but he not Conor McGregor. So no, but he yeah, his title defenses weren't that many, and he kind of like got the belt, defended like a couple times, fought Conor McGregor, and then was out. So yeah, for him, or didn't fight Conor McGregor and was out. He fought Conor McGregor, and then I think his retirement fight was against Justin Gaethje, and then he retired. So who is this down here? Kamaru Usman. I'd put Kamaru Usman in GOAT status. He's one of the greatest of all time, for sure. I'll put him there. Yeah, I like this. Okay, that's good. Welterweight GOAT status, but not better than GSP, that's for sure. Robbie Lawler, I'm not going to put up here because he's like, whatever. Paulo Costa, I'm going to put him in decent. Cyborg. I don't even want to rate her because of things. I don't know. This is Nate Diaz is good. Hot take. He could be very good, but I think he's good. He's also had a marketing run where, it really benefited him. And like if he went through some of the murderers row like some of these other fighters have, I don't think his career would have been as awesome. He's kind of like Conor McGregor. Where's Conor? Like in just his likability factor and his trash talk and all that stuff. So let's actually move these down because this is wildly inappropriate. There we go. There, I like this ranking. I like this. Yeah, okay. Robert Whittaker. Man, he's very good. I can't put him in GOAT though because Izzy's there, and granted, some of these other guys are in their status by not being champion. Like, Max Holloway isn't champion. Usman is not champion right now, but they're still GOATs. But the only reason I put him here is because he fought Izzy twice. No, I gotta put him in GOAT status because he's beat everybody who isn't Israel Adesanya. So I'll put him like this. Yeah, okay. Is this Derek Lewis? I'm not gonna rate him. I think that's Derek Lewis, or that might be Rosenstruck, whatever. Who is this? Stipe Miocic. I'd put him at heavyweight GOAT status. I'll put him here. He's really good too. Really good too. Darren Till, sorry, I'm not rating you. Tony Ferguson, if I had to do it, I'd do it like this. Very good fighters, but you could make an argument. In prime, Tony Ferguson would probably be very good, but I guess as it stands now, DC is one of the GOATs for sure, but not as good as, some of the others are good. But I'm actually going to put him higher. I'll put him here. I think that's good. That's fair. Yoel gets decent, if not that. Decent. And that's it. So this is my ranking and kind of where I keep everybody. I'm going to do another video where I talk about my top fives and my favorite fighters of all time. So GSP is going to be in that conversation. And I'll probably tie that into who I think is the actual GOAT, greatest of all time, across all weight divisions. So stay tuned for that and see what my thoughts are. What do you guys think of this ranking? Where would you put people? Where would you adjust people? Where have I done hot takes? Because apparently on my ranking videos, I at least have a couple where people in the comments are yelling at me for something. So, and that's okay. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe, like, and like I said, comment down below. Tell me what you think. And until the next time, I'll see you guys later. Peace.